Hey guys, welcome to the Skin Boss Show. We are so excited to have you here today at Southeastern Aesthetics Institute. I have a lineup of some really seriously amazing people. So this is about them, not about me. This is definitely to make sure that you as the viewer can just tune in to so many beauty industry mavens and amazing entrepreneurs that are going the far end of the world to make sure that you have what you need and take care of their clients all at the same time. So we're so excited to share that information with you today. And my first guest on the stage is Riley Butler. Are you excited to be here first and foremost?
I am very excited to be here.
Good, very good. Riley, tell us, what your full name is, where you work, a little bit about yourself first before I ask you a lot of hard-hitting questions.
Okay. My name is Riley Butler. I am 21 years old and I'm from Dallas, Texas, but I moved to Columbia, South Carolina almost 4 years ago. And I work in Forest Acres at Eva Skincare, Soda City Lashes.
Yes. And as a little bit of background, Riley is one of our graduates here at the school, but it doesn't even matter. She is an amazing entrepreneur and super amazing provider. Check her out on Instagram. What's your Instagram handle?
Ry Brows.
Amazing brows, amazing micropigmentation, amazing lash extensions. I mean, she could truly teach it all. She's gone above and beyond and just is so impressive in every way. So we're so excited to have you.
Thank you.
So that kind of answered the first question I have for you, which is what is your current role? But how did you get started in the industry? I know your story, but I know everybody else would love to hear it.
Yes. I got started in aesthetics because I wanted to learn how to do eyelash extensions, and your school had pretty much everything that I wanted to learn. So I started to learn that and then saw your advanced course, which led me to doing more of wanting to do medical aesthetics and permanent makeup. So that's kind of how I got started into doing it. And I feel like I manifested my job before I even knew about Columbia. I was like, yeah, I want to do eyelash extensions and Forest Acres. And I was just like telling people this and I didn't even know. And then it just kind of happened 2 years later. It just fell into my lap. I got my job through Instagram, and now we're here. So I think it's awesome.
I love that, and I know that to be very true about you, Riley. So back to the word manifesting, because I like that, and I think our viewers really, really like the term manifesting and manifesting goals, because I know it to be true. How do you feel like positivity and going that extra mile with manifesting your dreams has really just been exactly the trajectory of your life? You've always had a positive attitude and a go for it attitude. What could you share about manifesting a little bit?
Manifesting, I feel like, is something everyone should do, honestly. If you have a dream and you want to chase it, you need to manifest it, you need to talk about it. And I don't really like the term fake it till you make it, because you're not faking it, okay? This is what you want to do. So I think it's important to just spread positive energy and talk about things the way you want to talk about them. So if you want something, you just got to go for it.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. So don't fake it till you make it, folks. Make sure you manifest it into reality by just living it. I love that. Okay, more hard-hitting questions for you. What inspires you the most, and what advice would you give to upcoming practitioners in the wellness space? I will say, we are launching new programs this year, so I can't just speak to estheticians, right? But anybody in the wellness space and skin bosses. So again, what inspires you the most, and what advice would you give to upcoming practitioners, just kind of based on the ups and downs of your career so far? What can you share?
I would say, one thing that inspires me is obviously you, but my mentors, Monica, I definitely look up to her, and she's one of those people that definitely inspires me. She has her own thing, and she loves what she does. So that definitely inspires me. That makes me want to just chase my dreams even more. I don't know, it's definitely, there's areas where it's you're not as booked, and that's challenging, but it's also as long as you keep that go get it mindset, you will get to where you want to be. So it's just you have to remember you're not always going to be fully booked, and it's important to not be fully booked, and take time for yourself, take time off work, take vacation. If you're not taking vacation, work's just going to get harder and harder, and it shouldn't feel like work. So you have to take a break, take a step back, focus on yourself, to give everyone else like 110% every time you work on them.
110%. I like that. So, and this is a question that's coming up, but I actually want to get into it now. How do you feel like consistency plays a role in your routine? Because again, I know you, so I know your social media presence is consistent. I know that the way you serve clients is consistent because I've actually come to see her as a client a time or two. So, consistency, why is that important to you? And what makes you just automatically do that in your everyday?
You know, sometimes it's hard to be consistent. You, especially as girls and, you know, guys too, like you're constantly comparing yourself to other people and like, why am I not doing as good as them? And you just have to remember, you can't compare your first like 3 levels to like someone's level 30. Like you're not there yet, but you can get there if you just stay consistent. And it's important to be consistent every day and not only show up for other people, but like show up for yourself and prove to yourself like I can do that. So that all comes with consistency and just doing what you like every day, but also just taking care of yourself to do that. So
I love that. Yeah. Okay, cool. I like it. I like it. The next question I have for you, what are some of the challenges you face in a day or a week in your career? And that I'm sure there's many, because as a business owner, I know this. You know this. And of course, you don't own your business, but you may as well because you're very, very talented, right? So it's kind of like you own it. But what are some challenges you face in a day or a week?
Challenges. There could be a lot of challenges. Sometimes you'll get a challenging client and you have to really work with them, maybe explain to them like that's not a good idea because I don't think that'll look good. And sometimes people just don't like to hear that. People don't like to be told no. But it's like I'm also doing you a favor by telling you no. I'm talking about more permanent makeup. Like someone will come in and it's just not looking good and I have to tell them no because I don't want to work on top of something. Another thing is overbooking myself and like not getting a break, not getting to eat. Like that's something I've definitely had to learn to like give myself a break during the day. And I don't know, what else is a challenge?
You just don't really have
there's not many because I'm not a business owner yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly.
Cool. Okay, let's talk about your services specifically because she's really good. I just want y'all to know. Brows and lashes, I know you do some other things. What are your favorite services to perform, Riley? And what brands do you like? Because I know for Micropigment, you and I have talked about a couple different things. So it's 2023 right now. What are some of the brands you like and what are your favorite services?
I love Brow Daddy pigments and Permablend because he's with Permablend. So I think they have amazing pigments, brows, lips, all the things. That's definitely one of my go-to brands. I also love Bowler Aesthetics for my numbing creams. And she has some really good aftercare products that I will give to all my clients because it makes their results so much better. For lash extensions, there's so many brands that I really love. I love the Lash Arcanist lash tweezers. I love those, and Extreme Lash Tweezers are one of my favorites too. One of my favorite services, I don't know. I love doing permanent makeup, but I feel like mentally I have to do lash extensions to like be okay, because that's my time I can listen to whatever I want. I get to just do what I love and make people wake up beautiful and they feel amazing. So I would say lash extensions right now is one of my favorite things, but I do want to specialize and kind of move towards more of the permanent makeup. So.
Well, you're good at both. Let's just be honest. And I love lash extensions too. Can you tell us some trends in the lash extensions industry right now? What are your clients really loving? What are you enjoying doing? What would you recommend people ask for when they come in to get these lash extensions done?
Yeah, a lot of people ask for wispy lashes, but most of my clients ask for more natural lashes. That's kind of what we focus on at So to Say Lashes is natural lash extensions. Of course, we have our mega volume girls that like them really big and fluffy, but I would say most people like the kind of textured, airy, like dimensional look where it's not so perfect all around, and you really get to customize sets more with doing a wispy set because everyone's shape is so different, so it makes it really fun. I mean, obviously you can do that with classic or volume, really customize it, but doing wispy is definitely one of my favorite things, and I feel like my most requested lash service, so.
I completely agree. So cookie cutter lengths are really just kind of out. We like the wispy. Is that what we're saying?
I think we like the wispy.
I'm going to book some appointments. I have some events. Let's just say that. So let's see. One final question for you, Riley. If you could identify the best client for you, because you stay busy. I do know that. I do know that. You're very busy, you're amazing and talented. The best client for you and what you would recommend to this client. Let's say it's a client with anti-aging concerns, but also is going to a special event, that also doesn't want to wear a lot of makeup on a daily basis. You know, tell me about this ideal client.
My ideal clients, I feel like, are the girls that aren't high maintenance every day, but they're high maintenance like every couple weeks. They get their hair done, they get their nails done. They're kind of like me, like they like to feel good. And so I think my ideal client would be, they don't even have to be my age, because most of my clients are a little bit older than me, but I also have a lot of clients that are a lot older than me. So I feel like that would be my ideal client, someone who's just likes to feel and look good all the time, and we can relate on a lot of things too. That's one thing that my job has definitely taught me, is to be more kind of out and not so like in all the time. So getting to just talk to people that I normally wouldn't talk to, you know?
I love that. Yeah. I love that. So Riley, give us your Instagram handle one more time and where people can reach you.
It is Rye B. Browse.
Very good.
Yes.
And your place of business one more time.
It is Eva Skincare, Soda City Lashes, located in Forest Acres.
Fabulous. Thank you, Riley.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's so good to be here.
Yes. Okay, guys, so next we have Ryan Getz here, who I'm so excited to introduce because I find Ryan to be a friend of mine, really, but also an expert in the beauty industry, just in every way, shape, or form. So this is exciting to get to interview you. Yes. So Ryan, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, what your role is, what your business is about. Just go for it.
I'm in product development. I own my own cosmetics line, more clean, because a lot of cosmetics aren't FDA approved, and I wanted to go into the beauty industry and kind of do something that's never been done before. I started doing hair. I started doing hair and makeup, and then I combined my love with business. Business I love just as much as beauty, and the marketing side of things. So I was like, what better than to start my own company, run it my way, do it my way. It's paid off some ways. I've learned in a lot of ways. But it's also been a learning lesson every day with a business, and you know that. Every day you wake up, there's a new challenge. There's something you can't control that you just got to be like, you know what, we'll deal with that one tomorrow.
That's right, that's right. I want to hear more about your products, but let's dial it back to how did you get into the industry altogether, Ryan? Tell us a little bit about the early Ryan. What inspired you to get into the industry?
I actually started, I think you have ties to this too, at LeGrand Institute of Cosmetology.
I went there just for my methods of teaching, but I loved Deborah LeGrand. Yes.
LeGrand. Well, I started doing hair. I did hair for a few years. I always knew I wanted to be in the beauty industry. Just like a lot of some people, you don't know exactly where you want to be or where you should be. So you have to find your footing. I started doing hair and makeup, and then I started doing bridal makeup. And then I realized that was the most stressful job I've ever dealt with in my life, as it should be. That's their special day. And then I really started seeing how important branding was, and marketing yourself as a business entity and separating yourself from your brand a little bit to kind of like let your brand speak for itself. And I noticed not a lot of people did what I did. Not a lot of people did what you did, or start your own product. And it's something that is really cool because you meet so many different people along the way to help you kind of achieve this dream. And graphic designers, logistics teams, distributing, like there's so much that goes into it. And people see like 10%, like I was telling you earlier, of like what really goes into a business. The other 90%, we're all stressed out. Like we're stressed out, we're trying to make it happen. Because if you don't do it, nobody else is gonna do it, you know what I mean?
I completely know what you mean, unfortunately, but also fortunately. So you're very much like me in the fact that you probably don't mind wearing all the hats. So what kind of things might people not see behind the scenes that you have done? Because it does take that grit and that sweat equity, I think is what they call that, in order to get where you are today.
Dealing with a team of people to make one product happen. Dealing with people out of the country, in the country, dealing with logistics, customs, like there's so many things, like you said, wearing the hat is a good thing sometimes, but knowing when to delegate is more important. You know what I mean? Like knowing, like, hey, this isn't my strong suit. I need to be focusing on this. Someone else needs to do this. And it's your baby, so like bringing other people in is is stressful because it's your name, your brand, your everything you've worked for. So yeah, kind of saying not wearing all the hats, learning to delegate and let go a little bit is kind of where I'm at right now. And a lot of people probably don't know that, but I'm kind of excited. Once a business starts speaking for itself, like mine has, it's a blessing to be able to step back a little bit. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's where I'm at now. I'm learning to say, hey, you know what? Back up, let's see where it goes.
That's amazing because, I mean, I've been in business for a long time. And it's taken me a very long time to learn how to delegate. So I love that you said that. And I think that could definitely be something that other business entrepreneurs want to dive into and hold on to. And I know how important that is. So important. And I know you know how important that is, but it's very difficult when you're a little type A, and that's okay. That's okay. So let's see. And before we talk about your amazing products, what challenges do you feel like you have faced that just kind of made you frustrated, made you maybe want to give up, but then of course you never do because you're awesome? What are some challenges that you could share with product development? Because there are so many people that want to get into that space, and I know the wait times, and I know all the logistics things and the frustration. It seems a lot more fun you know, to the consumer than it can be, but it is fun. It is fun. But what are some challenges you might be able to share with us?
Working on other people's time. Knowing like, hey, this is gonna take a process. Like you said, timing is important. Knowing like it's in the process and it's gonna happen, or if you have a launch at the end of the year, like you need to get in by this certain date. So knowing like it's okay to kind of, like I said, step back and let them do their job. Like that's a lot of challenges I chase because I'm always like, what's going on? Right now I have a freight somewhere in the Pacific Ocean. I don't even know what's going on with it. I got an email the other day and it's super stressful, but it's so rewarding to know like, hey, so many people want to be in your shoes. And like you said, they want to get into product development. I think people should be more transparent about how hard it is, and it doesn't just happen overnight. Or we don't say, hey, I want a new serum, and it comes in the mail tomorrow. That's not how it happens.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit.
I wish it did.
Right. But it is so amazing, and I love being able to share that with you. We could totally talk about this off camera plenty. But tell us about maybe your first product launch and kind of what you have now, what you love. This could be a much longer conversation. And then what you're looking to launch in the future if you want to share.
Actually, that's so easy because I started, you guys, with a sugar scrub in a jar that I made in my house.
There you go. You got to start somewhere.
I sure did. And then I met a graphic designer that got into logos. And then I was like, you know what? I need to go deeper. Like, I don't want to hand make something. I want it made professionally in a lab. Now that I think back, that's so funny that I think about that little sugar scrub. It taught me much more than I made off of it, if that makes any sense. Because it made the next product so much better. And then when we got to our staple product of our brand, and if you think about it, any makeup brand has a staple product, which was our mascara. It blew up, and it allowed me to have more financial freedom to invest in the next things, and then the next things, and next things. And like I said, we're on track to do 6 more new products this year. And I think the not knowing is kind of scary too. Like you invest in all these products and you're like, oh, am I gonna sit on 12,000 mascaras forever? You know what I mean? Or is it gonna sell? Marketing is so important for any job. Like it's connecting the consumer with your business. And if you don't market, nobody else is. That kind of goes into the consistency thing.
Ryan, I can see so much potential with you personally and your brand. That's incredible. And I love how successful you already are. So let's just go ahead and say that. What are some of your long-term goals? Are you interested in big box stores, you know, the Sephoras and Ultas of it all? What is your long-term goal?
I am not. I'm actually having I was telling some of the girls off camera, I want to deal with salon owners directly. Like you said, your business. I don't want to be hands-off. I want to be hands-on. I want to know what you represent. I want to know if my brand is good for your brand. We're in 3 different states, 6 different salons right now. So yeah, I like being hands-on. The big box stores, if you go into that, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not the path for me. I'm type A, like I said, I want to be very hands-on. But a lot of people really don't understand the process that goes into depending on other entrepreneurs. It's a team. It's not just yourself. They're not your competition. They're somebody that can help you and you can learn from.
Yes. Amazing. So you strike me as someone that likes to support the professionals in the
Oh,
industry.
100%.
So tell me a little bit about that. What makes you want to do that? Because I love doing that, so I understand exactly what you mean. What makes you want to support the salon owners in the retail space? Because that they do need that support. There's actually, in my opinion, a lack of that post-pandemic, and this is a really great space to fill. What makes you excited about that?
This is gonna go a little deep, but I know how hard it is. So honestly, like with my product, with my mascara, for example, like I said, it retails for $30. I wholesale it to my salon owners so they can make money off of it too. It's not just something that I personally make money off of. I wanna put money in your pocket, I wanna help you with your marketing. It's a one hand washes the other type of street, and if it's not that way, that's not the way you should be then. I always heard the quote, if you're the smartest, you should always be the smartest person in the room. That's not true. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You should always be learning, you know?
I love that. You have a lot of humility about you and just a worldly personality. I love that.
Well, thank you. I'm
And I
open
want to talk about that mascara and retail at Southeastern Aesthetics Institute.
Fingers crossed.
So yes, let's sing. Do you feel like the term, because I love the term consistent. I mentioned that in the previous interview. I think that as business owners and entrepreneurs, you can appreciate consistency because it does really move the ball forward. What does that word mean to you?
That means putting your product or your business or whatever you do, your service out there, because if you're not doing it, someone else is going to do it. And they're going to get that sale or they're going to get that client. It's a competitive world, but it's also not like a mean competitive. You know what I mean? It's like you better stay on your toes because the next girl's going to come through, or boy, and snatch it up.
I love it. I love it. And to finish, I wonder if we can get a close-up of this mascara, and I'm obsessed. What are some of the benefits of this mascara? Tell me a little bit
A lot of
about
mascaras have tar in them. Mine is hypoallergenic, is made with beeswax. So it's actually a natural approach to not breaking your lashes off. It hydrates them. It adds an extra bit of fluff, and it's not so thick. With it being waterproof, using the beeswax makes it easy to come off. Like a lot of mascaras that are waterproof, you scrub them for days and ain't going nowhere. That warm water slides right off. It turns into a gel.
I love that. As someone who loves mascara and all of that, I will tell you I hate the kind that just beads up and it gets everywhere. I like a good, easy to apply and easy to remove. So that's exciting.
Yes, you can dunk yourself in water and you'll be fine. But the only thing that it doesn't hold up against is warm water.
Oh, well, perfect. I'm very excited about it. That's exciting. So where can people buy your products? Where can people find Ryan?
You can Google Rated R Beauty. We have a Facebook group that we're almost at 11,000 members in, and my website as well on Google, which is ratedrbeauty.com.
RatedRBeauty.com. That's exciting. Thank you, Ryan.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you for the game in just a minute.
Yes.
Okay, everybody. Next up for our Skin Boss show, we have Amanda Broadway here, which I'm so excited about because she came all the way from Georgia to visit me, and I appreciate that. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Amanda. What is your current role, and what do you love most about this industry?
My name is Amanda Broadway. I own Willow Aesthetics Studio in Evans, Georgia. I provide facials, I do permanent makeup, I specialize in waxing and chemical peels as well. I love my clients. Out of everything, that is what I love the most. I like seeing their confidence change and boost throughout their journey with me.
That is amazing. How many years have you been in business now?
So, I actually opened in January, so I haven't been in business very long, but I've been in the industry for a while, so just about 6 years. I started off as a receptionist, and I was a receptionist at a spa, and I noticed that the estheticians, they would take somebody back, and they'd come out, and they felt so good about themselves. I'm like, oh, I like this. But I was in nursing school, so I couldn't really do much, in the spa. And so I had my second child and realized nursing school and having a baby was not easy. So I partnered with the spa that I was at and basically asked them hey, if I go to school at Southeastern, can I work for y'all?
Yes.
And they said, yeah. And so we made it happen.
Well, that's why I think you've been in the industry for so long is because you've been graduated from here and from us for a while, and she's been killing it. I just want you to know. So what made you make that big change to owning your own business? And tell us what your website address is for our audience so they can come and visit you as well.
Okay.
But what was that turning point for you and all of that? Give us the details.
So you actually, you make us do a graduation project, and that really opened my eyes on how much that I could make as an entrepreneur. But I knew with like having kids and everything, I just wasn't ready. Got pregnant with my third child. And during my maternity leave, I was like, we can do this. Yeah. And in 3 months, we made it happen. So I think just knowing in the back of my mind that I wanted to go out on my own at some point, I worked on building my clientele first. And when I felt good, and then I had the time to focus on building my studio, then I went out on my own.
That's amazing. So, gosh, you have a truly supportive family backing you up, do you not?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your family support because I know that's important when you're starting a brand new business. I mean, there's so many things I could bring up right now. But yeah, tell me a little bit about your family support.
So my husband, we have been together for 15 years. We've been together since we were 13 and 14. So he is my main support. When you start a business, I feel like the first thing is like, oh, what are you going to call it? And I had like a few ideas, but he was the one who was like, go with Willow. And I'm like, okay, like, that sounds good. And it's nice because that was his way of inputting into my business and showing the support. And now every time I look at my logo, I think of him. So that is a really sweet thing. And then we have 3 kids, which is a lot, and he's a fireman. So I can tell he is just super supportive because he'll come and pick up the kids from the studio if I have them, or he'll have everything ready at home, which is so, so helpful because I wouldn't be able to do my job and kind of detach in personal life and work life if it wasn't for him. So
that's incredible. That's incredible. So, working mom, amazing wife. You've got everything going for you. Tell us a little bit about work-life balance when it comes to seeing these amazing clients that you have, and obviously you do. I watch her on social media. I'm just telling you, I know that you're just doing amazing things. How do you balance everything? Give us a little bit of micro details. What is your daily schedule? Do you like your schedule? Give me a little bit of information because I love schedule.
Yes. So I followed your lead on that one because I know you wake up super early to start your day. So with kids, you have no option but to wake up early. So I'm usually out of the house by 7:30, drop off all the kids, we go to the studio, I get started. I set up my entire day. Then after that, it gives me a moment. I usually get to the studio a little bit early so that I have a moment to do my Bible study, to listen to a podcast, and kind of calm myself because some mornings are crazy. And you don't want to bring that into your client because when you are touching your client, they're going to feel whatever you're radiating. So you want to be as calm as possible so that they're as calm as possible. So I do that, and I love my morning routine. Absolutely love it. And then throughout the day, I just make sure that being a solopreneur is kind of hard because you don't have people like around you to like talk to in between. So I make sure that I have breaks so that I can go and talk to other people because that is my sanity. And then I just kind of keep with that and try to stay positive. If I have a break in the day, well, that's going to be content. And so we just kind of go with that and we just fill in the gaps until the end of the day.
I love that. I love that so much. I love schedules. Love
Yes.
it. So tell me a little bit about your marketing because you do such a good job of this. And I find that, and I know we all know this at this point, that is truly how you maintain these amazing results with clients and continue to bring in clients. How do you schedule content in your day and how often do you post something? Do you have a schedule for that or do you just kind of do it as you feel like it? I mean, sometimes that's really what it's about.
Yeah.
Is just feeling like it's the right time to share.
So when I first started, I was terrified to be in front of the camera. I didn't want people to see me. I didn't know what to talk about. And then I guess as I got more comfortable, it was just kind of like, well, I just need to be myself. I guess I had created this idea that I needed to be a character in front of the camera, and then it was a detachment between what people saw and who they saw when they came in. So it's like, well, I just need to be myself in front of the camera. And when I did that, things got crazy. So just kind of being confident and just kind of thinking that, you know, my friend is on the other side of the camera and I'm kind of interacting with her. And then as far as scheduling, I have breaks throughout my day just for sanity, like I said. But if a client cancels, I try not to get like frustrated at that because it happens to the best of us. Right. I try to use it as like, okay, well, what's next I have a content list. So what's next on content? And we just fill in the gap and work on that and just kind of roll with it. And then if I know like I'm going on vacation, I'll plan out. Canva is a really good one to use. You know, you can schedule it out so that it posts automatically at certain times and you don't even have to worry about it. And there's days that I've forgot that I've scheduled something and people are liking it and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I scheduled that. And so it makes it really easy and really nice to stay consistent.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I was her teacher, y'all. That's it. No, that's exciting. And that's so amazing. And I know you're going to do amazing things. I need everybody's autograph that I've interviewed, just by the way. Okay. So 2 more questions for you. Number 1, what do you feel, because y'all know I like that word consistency, it really is, it's a challenging word, consistency. It's hard to get up and do the same thing every day to an extent. Obviously, we change things up. But for overall entrepreneurs everywhere, you know, consistency. Tell me what that means to you.
I think consistency is broad. You know, it's, of course, I think when you hear it, you think of social media, but I feel like we need to be consistent in ourselves. And then we also need to be consistent in our education. So continuing to educate yourself, this industry is ever changing. So as soon as a trend is alive, there's something else coming right behind it. So we need to stay on top of it. And that is consistency. You have to be researching and looking every single day.
I agree. Because it's not just about the fun stuff, is
Right.
it? It's
No.
about doing those things that really build you up to be amazing, such as your finances. That could be a whole separate conversation. But things like that that just really make you successful overall and not just in front of the camera. So I agree with that. And then I'll ask you, what is your favorite service to perform? I'm going to ask y'all some questions at this game coming up about your favorite brands and ingredients and everything, but maybe give us a favorite brand you love to utilize in the treatment room, what's working for your clients. Give us the 2023 details.
All right, so my favorite service would be my Fluffy Facial, which is all the massaging, all the tools, all the fancy things to make you feel good and nice and relaxed. And then chemical peels, so get you relaxed and then light you up and then send you off.
That's right.
But I like that. And then what has been flying off my shelves is Sorella Apothecary. It's a relative, she's a relatively, or they are a relatively new brand, and I just love them. They're sisters, and I just love them.
Wonderful. So tell us, what's your favorite product from Sorella? Non-sponsored, by the way.
Yeah. It is facial in a bottle. It has literally everything in it, and it's a one-time serum, and you're good to go.
Well, if you have it on your face, you are glowing from the inside out.
Thank you.
So I love that. That is fabulous. Thank you, Amanda, for being with us.
Thank you.
Okay, our next up is Miss Audrey Griffin, because no, we're not related, but you know that is my maiden name. So I love her. I'm so excited to share her journey and for her to share it with us on the Skin Boss show. Audrey, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you as a professional and a little bit about your company.
Hello, everyone. I'm Audria Griffin. Feel free to call me Audrey. That's what everybody, including family, calls me. My business is called Brighton Beauty. It's called Brighton for a lot of reasons, but the main reason is that I am very adamant on the fact that we are not just physical beings, we're physical and spiritual. We're always going to radiate something. We're always going to be in a blossoming form, whether we blossom something positive or we blossom something negative, and I want to bring out of you what things like your environment, your past, trauma, work, all those things kind of bury as life goes on. So to just brighten your day, if I can brighten your life, that's awesome. But if I can brighten your day, that's my main goal. So brighten just seemed very fitting when it came to what I wanted to brand myself as.
I feel so relaxed just being around your energy right now and hearing about your company. And you and I have talked about that privately. I think it's fabulous. I love everything about you and what you're going to offer your clients. It's so incredible. Big things for you. What inspires you the most, and what advice would you give to upcoming wellness practitioners in the aesthetic space or otherwise?
When it comes to inspiration, I remind myself and my loved ones of this when we go through things that make us not want to be productive. I want to be financially free. I don't want to be in a position where money stops me from doing anything, personal, business, family. I want to be able to actually live my life and feel what it feels like to be alive. And it very much inspires me to see women like you that have, especially at such a young age.
Not anymore, but that's okay.
Absolutely, young age, just kind of taken life by the reins and did exactly what you wanted to do. And now you've set your family up for success. So your kids and your kids are they're going to reap the benefits of the work that you did now. So especially for somebody like me, I deal with a chronic illness, endometriosis. I was diagnosed when I was 23, and it very much changed the trajectory of my life. And now I can say that happened in a good way, because sometimes it's not always easy to get up. It's not always easy to feel good or to do the fake it till you make it thing. But when you think about the fact that one day I could literally do whatever I want. I could take my family wherever they want to go, and make people feel good from the inside out, because skincare is what saved me. My morning routine, my nighttime routine, getting into what made my body feel good, it fixed my mental. So I kind of found that balance of finding out what consistency is for me, and that was taking care of myself. So if I can teach other people how to take care of themselves, I can reap the benefits, and you can as well. So.
Okay, I'm obsessed. And she answered my question already about consistency. So thank you so much for that. That is very inspiring. Tell us really briefly, and then we're going to talk more about the business stuff. Tell us about endometriosis. Endometriosis. Tell the audience what that is, and a little bit, just a very short thing about your journey with that, because I think that would help so many people probably going through the same thing.
Absolutely. That's something, once I give you guys my information, you don't have to know me. I'm very open to any questions. Endometriosis is something that 7 out of 10 of us women deal with. It's essentially the tissue that is supposed to be growing on the inside of our uterus grows on the outside. And it doesn't just grow on the outside of the uterus itself, it can grow anywhere in the body. You can have endometriosis anywhere in your body, and it is the cause of chronic pain. And in my case, at 23, I ended up having a hysterectomy, because there's surgery that you can have to remove it, but it comes back with a vengeance. It's not something that can be cured. So that goes into what I was saying when I said that skincare saved me, because I had to find something that I could do every single day to reset how I felt. So for people that have endometriosis, it most of the time starts with you having pain and you don't know why. So if you're a woman and you're having pain, you're having painful cycles or anything like that, and you're not quite sure why, that's something that you should definitely just look more into. Ask for help after that, get a second opinion, and reach out to me. I'll go to the doctor with you. I've offered to go to the doctor with complete strangers. I will be there and support you. I'd absolutely love to do that.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. And you know I love hormone education and all of that. So thank you for sharing. But I will tell you, your skin looks glowing. So this morning and evening routine, can you give us a very, detailed, but yet also, we want to wait till the game, but tell us a little bit about your morning and evening routine.
So you're gonna think I'm joking, but it's you, it's your products, Courtney Sykes Anti-Aging Skincare. In the morning, I really like the Illuminizing cleanser. I try to cleanse every morning. I hear sometimes people don't cleanse in the morning, whatever. I try and cleanse in the morning. After I do that, I love salicylic acid. My boyfriend picks on me because I talk about salicylic acid so much, but it's just great for everything. Even if I don't have an active acne breakout or anything like that, I go over with salicylic acid. And then my two faves are your lipid drops and a vitamin E cream that I found from my grandma a long time ago, and I've been using it since. But the lipid drops and that vitamin E cream together, I think is what gives that glow. And at night, I put the vitamin E cream on like a mask. I just take it and I don't really rub it in. I just let it sit over the lipid drops, and it works.
Oh, vitamin E is fantastic. I like that you brought that up. Tocopherol is the scientific term, and it's very emollient and hydrating. I love that. Yes. That's fabulous. You look rocking, so whatever you're doing, we want to do it too. Let's see. What do you feel like you want to do with your company? Because I know you're a newer company. So tell us maybe your 5-year plan. What are you looking to do with your business? And then we'll talk about your services, but tell us about your goals.
So my plan is to, it's interesting, one of my skin boss besties was talking about it earlier, delegating. I want to get to the point where I can delegate because everything isn't my favorite, and I don't want to try and wear all of the hats, but I want to get to a point where I have studio space and people can come in and it feels just like an oasis, like you stepped into somewhere else. And I want there to be plants everywhere. I want there to be custom treatments. I want maybe like a smoothie bar type of situation where you can eat and get nutrition, but it's not healthy food. You know, that kind of defeats the purpose of a wellness spa. But I just want to get to the point where I can get all the modalities. I want all the modalities. Okay. I want them all. And when it comes to skin, the integumentary system as a whole, if there's something that you're needing, if there's a concern that you have, I have a modality, or I have a treatment, or I have a chemical peel, or I have something for it, and then I can branch out and add other trades that fall under the esthetician umbrella and bring other people in, and then they can kind of reap the benefits as well.
I love that. Yeah. And I like your scientific term you use, the integumentary system. Yes, I love it. What is your favorite service now? And what do you think maybe your favorite service will be in the future, if you could think of something?
Facials are my fave. Yes. I love facials very much. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm very spiritual, so I appreciate intimacy. I appreciate the connection between two people or multiple people that can happen. So when people come into my treatment room, we've most of the time never met before, but we talk about things that they probably haven't talked to anybody else about. They kind of just let go of the mask that they have to wear throughout the day, sometimes with their families, at work, wherever, and they can just kind of vent. Facials and being there with you, getting your face clean with the massage and the masking and everything like that. I didn't think it was gonna be my favorite. I didn't have an idea of what was gonna be my favorite, but that's my favorite. Specifically things like tension relief or tension release. I like to work on that forehead area and really kind of get that frustration out, because I do a lot of squinting. And you know, when you feel a certain type of way, you can squint and hold tension there. Lymphatic drainage, facials and things like that, that's my fave.
I love that. I feel tense. Help. That is amazing. Well, Audrey, I think you're going to do amazing things, and you already are. I appreciate this interview, and I love your energy. And tell everybody where they can find you.
So you can find me on Instagram. That's my main place where I post content under Brighton Co. Brighton is spelled with 2 T's, so that's BRIGHTTENCO. And I'm on Facebook as well. I do post content there under my normal name. It's Audria Griffin. So find me on there, and I'd love to connect with you guys.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Audrey.
I appreciate it very much.
Okay, so we have the amazing skin bosses and just bosses in general on this stage right now. We're going to play a little game. Are y'all excited to play this game? Do we like games? Are we scared or are we excited? Both? Okay. Okay, so we're going to start with Ryan and move on down. Ryan, tell us your favorite skincare line. Go.
Tatcha.
Tatcha, very good. Audrey.
Courtney Sykes.
Courtney, and I appreciate that, but you can say another thing.
Nope, don't got
That's very
nothing.
sweet of you. And Miss Amanda.
Obagi Medical.
Obagi Medical. And Riley.
Skin Better.
Skin Better. All good lines. Fabulous. Fast question number 2. Favorite skincare ingredients? Go, Ryan.
Hyaluronic acid.
Hyaluronic acid. Yes, yes. Holds 1,000 times its weight in water. It's water binder, skin plumper. Vocabulary word. Audrey.
Vitamin E.
Vitamin E. Yes. Took overall. We said it. Amanda.
Salicylic.
Salicylic acid. What does salicylic acid do? I'm putting you on the spot.
Basically like kills the P. acne bacteria.
That's right, and gets rid of all the dirt and debris, tightens the pores. We love it. Favorite skincare ingredient, Riley?
Vitamin C.
Vitamin C. Love it. What does it do?
Anti-aging, brightens the skin, all the things that we need every day.
Produces collagen. It's a super antioxidant. Absolutely. I agree with all of y'all.
Learning so much. I'm learning so much now. 'Cause I'm the only one that's not an esthetician, so I'm like writing down notes.
Much, yes. Ryan has not been in our classes yet, so. All right, favorite modality or aesthetic service, Ryan?
Chemical peel.
Chemical peel, amen. Love it, Audrey.
Hydrofacial.
Hydrofacial or hydrodermabrasion in general. Amanda.
Took both of mine. So next one would be ultrasound.
Ultrasound, I like that. Riley.
I love dermaplaning.
Ooh, I love dermaplaning. Get off that peach fuzz. Yes, very good. Okay, next question. Must have skincare products. Choose 3. 3 products. Go, Ryan.
A good moisturizer, of course, the hyaluronic acid to lock it in, and exfoliating.
Exfoliating and hydration. I love it, Audrey.
Vitamin E, salicylic acid, and lactic acid.
Oh, I love lactic too. Very good. And these can be brands, by the way, if you want to add that in there. Amanda?
Cleanser,
Yes.
a treatment serum, and sunscreen.
Sunscreen. Amen.
That's the one.
That's it. Yes. And Riley.
The PCA facial wash, and then I go in with a serum, whether that's an acid or a nourisher, and then I love the Skin Better sunscreen.
Oh, yes. Fabulous. I love it. And favorite quote. I'm putting you on the spot. Go, Ryan.
Favorite quote. If you're the smartest one in the room, you're in the wrong room.
I really, really like that one. I need to write that on my mirror. I love it. I love it. Audrey?
Life gets better on the other side.
Oh, yes. Yes, ma'am. Amanda?
You can do hard things.
I make my son say that every day
Me
in
too.
the morning.
My girls. All of them. We say it in the car on the way to school.
Yeah, we'll just put each other on speaker. Riley?
If you don't feel like that girl, you need to go back to sleep and wake up until you feel like that girl.
Ooh, I like it. Y'all are inspiring me today. And the last question, okay? Favorite hustlers in the business, Ryan?
Mine's a little different, so I would say, I want to say this, but it's so controversial, and that's not because of who he is, it's just because of how he marketed himself. Jeffree Star Cosmetics.
I love him. I love that. That's fabulous.
He did exactly what he wanted to do.
Yes, and that's what you got to do. Yes, love it. You're my inspiration too, and you and you and you. Audrey?
Mine is my mom. She's a master cosmetologist. She's in the beauty industry. She's not an esthetician, but she has went all the way to the top with her trade, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Your mom is fabulous. I've met her. She's amazing. I agree with that. Amanda?
This is a plug for Sunday, but Crystal Atkins, I love her. I aspire to be her. I just absolutely love her. And then Savannah Boda.
I love Savannah Boda. I'm totally going to see her in Las Vegas this summer. If she's listening now, hey. And then I love Crystal Atkins. Isn't she fabulous? Super fabulous, yes. And Riley?
I love Lexi Bowler because she is so good at microblading, and I love all of her aftercare products and all of that good stuff. So I love her. She's so inspirational.
I love it. Y'all did it. Y'all did it. Thank y'all so much for being a part of our Skin Boss panel. Yay. Did y'all have fun? Good. Perfect. All right. Okay, so my second segment of the Skin Boss show is to interview truly a couple of amazing boss ladies that I just happen to love on a daily basis. And you guys will get to meet a lot of these people. I've got a lot of amazing employees, but I actually would like to say they're just coworkers. They're very good people for me to surround myself with. I'd like to say that we hire people that are already exuding this leadership that we all aspire to be, that already exude entrepreneurship and positivity. And what better way for you to kind of get to know the ins and outs of what we do at Southeastern Aesthetics Institute than to meet some of the amazing women, and we have men too, but right now it's about us girls, that really pull it all together, okay? So I'm super excited to introduce Miss April, Miss Leticia, and Miss Dana, and we're gonna have a little girls chat and conversation. Are y'all ready for this? Yes. All right, we'll start down here and then we'll scoot our way through, okay? So Dana, tell us a little bit about your career background and really what's brought you here today and what inspires you about what you do.
Well, I have been interested in doing teaching for a long period of time. I have been in the industry since 1992. So I've been doing it for a long period of time. I'm still behind the chair, but not so much. I like to do more teaching than I do wanting to be behind the chair. I enjoy what I'm doing. It's exciting to me. I'm glad that I got this opportunity to come and work with you because I love the school. I love everybody here. Everybody's been real positive. And I'm just really happy about my decision to come and work with you.
I love that. I love that. And you look like you're 20 years old. She said 1992, so I don't know if I agree with that. But tell us a little bit about, and we'll kind of go around in a circle, but back to you really quick, Dana. Tell us about some of your amazing clients over the years. Is there anybody that really stands out? Somebody that you really helped that just really inspired you to be a teacher, you know? I mean, I know that that's really where it all stems from. So give us a little behind the scenes.
I did have a client, her name is Laura, and I was going over some haircut and techniques with her, and she was like, I don't think you need to be the manager of the salon, I think you need to be teaching. So once she said that, I was like, well, maybe I do need to be teaching. And this was maybe 9 or 10 years ago, where she was like, just really teach full time and come from behind the chair. She really put the inspiration in my head for me to just step away and do more product knowledge and more in-depth training versus me just being behind the chair. So it was Miss Laura who actually pushed me out there.
I think that's fantastic. And you would think she would assume that maybe you wouldn't have time for her or something, but I just think that's so amazing that she cares about you so much, and that just says so much about how you treat your clients.
She still is my client.
Well, good. Got to take care of the clients. Yes, yes. Especially the ones that help you move on to the next thing, right? Absolutely. Leticia, what is, your current role? Kind of explain it to the audience and what really got you to where you are today. Give us the details.
So my current role is I'm hired as a cosmetology instructor for the new program that is starting in July. But right now, I'm shadowing with Miss Shannon Cavey in aesthetics in the sophomore classroom, and it has been awesome. What got me started was I've been doing this for 19 years, and I've been a manager, I've owned, I've booth rented. I'm currently the manager of another salon, but it's booth renting, so I come and go, and they come and go. But I realized with managing that I was teaching. I was having to teach, and a lot of people, you deliver the information really good, and I understood it. And ever since I was in high school, I've always loved the education. Always loved the education. I love to read. I love to learn. I feel like we should always be lifelong learners. And that's what got me being passionate about actually instructing in the industry that I love so much. So that's why I'm here.
That's huge. And, for the audience, if y'all don't know, and I know y'all do know this, but teachers are just some of the most incredible people in the world to me, not only in the beauty industry, but overall. you have to deal with so many different personalities, different highs and lows. Every day you could have a plan, but you have to be able to change and flex and flow with whatever is brought to your classroom. And so I really look to teachers, especially ours, but all teachers, as just really the superheroes of the world. I'm just going to say that because they can do it all. It's really impressive. So thank y'all very much. Now, we have Miss April here, who is fabulous. April, would you tell everybody a little bit about your role in leadership? Because you might not be an instructor, but you're one of the most inspiring people I've ever met and one of the most organized. So tell us a little bit about that.
So currently I am the assistant to Courtney and Brandon, which kind of overflows into everybody else that works here. I really try very hard every single day to greet everybody with a smile and a positive attitude and make sure that everybody's set for the day so that we can inspire the students to go out in this world and do what they came here to do. So that to me is really important because I started as a student and I just feel like it's important to make sure people are inspired every day and doing the right thing.
I like that word, inspire. What is it, putting you on the spot a little bit, what do you think it is, and we'll start with you, Dana, that really just drives you to want to help people that you don't even know every day? You know, and we will talk more beauty questions, okay? But what inspires you to help people get to that place where you've enjoyed this industry so much, you know, and you don't even know these people? How do you feel about that?
I'll get stopped often, and it'll be in that moment when I get stopped and they say, well, where do you work? And I say, well, I teach cosmetology, I teach beauty. And they'll say, well, where you teach at? And I'll let them know. Well, I'm gonna come there and I'm gonna learn. I want you to teach me. And that inspires me. Wow. That really inspires me. I'd be like, oh, okay. And then when they come and they see what we actually do, they had a whole different outlook on cosmetology. I don't know what they thought they were going to learn, but when they actually come, it's something totally different. And that inspires me a lot.
Yeah, it's not just about the beauty services at all. You got that right. I like it. Leticia, what do you think? What really gets you to that place to inspire others?
It's in my heart. It's in my soul. My prayer daily is to be used to help somebody else. So it's just who I am. That's just me.
I like it. I like it. And I agree with that. That is so fantastic. And it's definitely a true calling. It is. So thank y'all for that. April, you, again, you may as well be a teacher and helping everybody because you inspire all of us, students and staff alike. What really drives you every day? You always come with a positive attitude. Tell us about that.
Really, I want to be the person that I didn't have every day. I want to be that person that, you know, you never know what people are going through. You cannot look at somebody and be like, oh, that person has it all together, because they could be falling apart and you have no idea. And I just want to be that person for somebody.
And you are. And y'all all are. How cool is that? You know, we all have one life to live, and here we are just helping others get to where they want to be. Isn't that nice? Yeah. Okay, so Dana, you know, as someone behind the chair now and in the past more and teaching in the classroom, what's one of your favorite services that you've done for someone, or service or services? And, you know, where do you see the industry kind of going now, since you've been in the industry for a while?
To be honest, my favorite service is going to be a shampoo.
Yeah. I like
You've got to give me a real good shampoo. Because if you don't, I'm going to be mad. And, and if you wet me up, I'm going to be even madder. But that's my favorite service, because that's when you're having that one-on-one conversation with your client. Before you get them to the shampoo bowl, you're talking to them, and you're actually understanding what their needs are and what they're actually looking for. So when you actually get them in the shampoo bowl, they got to trust you for them to let you shampoo their hair. And once you shampoo the hair and you're speaking with them and you're understanding what their desired looks are, then you can just kind of go from there. But that's my favorite service.
I love that.
Yes, the industry itself has changed a whole lot. You go into some salons and they'll tell you to come in with your hair already shampooed. And that to me is a no-no, because that's part of the service. That's part of the glam of coming to a stylist to get your hair done.
Okay, I like that. So you really love, and I love it too, the whole experience.
Yes.
That's a part of it. Fantastic. Don't forget it for all of you watching that are in the industry or looking to get into the industry. It's about the experience. I agree with that. Latisa, favorite service / where do you see the industry going?
My favorite service, I'm gonna say color. I say color because it's nothing like having that blank canvas and then painting it to something else. And cutting, I love cutting, I love all of it. But I say color, I stick with color. And as far as the beauty industry, it is evolving. It's evolving.
Such is life, I suppose.
Yeah, but we do have more, to piggyback off what Ms. Dana said, as far as someone coming in and requiring them to already be pre-shampooed. Why do I have a license?
Right.
That's one of the first things you learn is to do a good shampoo, and that's where you start off your canvas. You have to have a clean slate before we can work towards whatever it is that you're doing. So the shampooing is definitely a must, but in the industry, as long as we continue to develop strong leaders and good stylists that want to follow the rules, we can go out here, be big, and do something bigger and better in the industry. But, you got a lot of cleanup to do around the sides. But as long as we do our part, I think that we'll keep growing and keep making the industry bigger and better.
Yes.
With amazing educators like y'all, I have no doubt about that.
We're going to try our best.
No, that's amazing. I agree with that. April, favorite service, because she's an esthetician, y'all. And, where do you think the industry is going?
My favorite service is facials. It doesn't matter what kind or what you label it, but my favorite was facials. And I feel like it's because I'm such a vibe person. I believe in the energy people give off and the people that you're around affect you. And so it just felt good to put something positive into somebody else. And as far as the industry, I saw a video where a robot was doing eyelashes and I was terrified. So I hope that it's not going in that direction, and I hope that we can continue to be person to person and continue to connect with each other, because, when I was young, we did not have cell phones, Instagram, Facebook, and I feel like the generations that are coming up have lost a bit of what it's like to be in contact with people.
Yes.
I think that's a very good point. But I will say, and I know y'all agree, that human to human, that's what we just naturally want. So nothing, no invention can ever replace that interaction. But it's true. I watched a whole thing about AI the other day, but that's a different conversation. That's a different conversation. And because these are entrepreneurs watching or people in the field, could be clients as well, who knows? What are some challenges that you feel you have faced in maybe your role now as teachers or as an executive assistant, or in a previous role that's kind of similar, or maybe with client? What are some challenges in the beauty industry that you have faced, or just at least one? What do you think?
It's going to be attitudes. It's going to be attitudes and how I'm older. So I have a different perspective on my life and how I want it to go and what I really wanted from cosmetology school when I attended. It seems like the younger generation has a different perspective. It's more of I'm just going to get out there, I'm going to make money. And that's not how it actually goes. So it's been a challenge of trying to get them to understand that you're going to have to build before you can actually get all the money that you want to make. And that's been a big thing. That's like when we come to your We Wednesdays and you are discussing how they can build their brand, how they build their business. I find that to be so amazing because not too many people are offering that. And these students really need that. And it's challenging to get them to understand that.
Yep. But I will tell you, and I know you agree with this, I know you all do, is that sometimes you're not meant to impart your knowledge in that moment that they're in front of you. It could be 10 years from now and we're not even watching. And it's going to hit them that Dana said this or Dana inspired this or whatever the case may be. So sometimes we're just not meant to see it. And I think that that is the coolest magical thing about teachers is that we're just going to do it anyways.
Yes.
But it is challenging. It is challenging, but a good challenge. What about you?
I was going to say estrogen.
I know.
I said estrogen.
Yes, you are so right. Yes.
It's that would be the biggest challenge because anything else as far as talking them down, building them up, that's what I do. So I'm going to build you up. I'm going to ease you off that cliff. I'm going to come, and unfortunately you have to coddle adults, but I'm going to come coddle you just so you can get your money's worth, get what you pay for, leave whatever, if we can get them to understand, leave whatever it is outside that door before you come in here, we will have a better sense. But a lot of people don't know because we do have a lot of younger people and they just wouldn't taught that. And as instructors, and they look up to us a lot.
Yes.
We just try to instill that into them as much as possible. And hopefully, 10 years down the road, hopefully sooner, that they will think back and be like, oh, Miss T said blah, 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 blah. Oh, Miss Courtney said, and everything that you're saying to them, Courtney, I'm even drawn to you. So if they're not, then...
We love y'all students very much. No, it's all good. It's fun. And I think, business education is really key. That is one thing I will always believe in, financial forecasting, pull out those business projects, all that's important. What about you?
From an assistant point of view, the biggest challenge is I want everybody to be happy, and it is just not possible sometimes. I try to, I really try, I do, but one of the biggest challenges is like you really just can't please everybody, and no matter what you do, whether it's my coworkers or the students that we have here or the guests that come in, there's gonna be somebody who is not happy with something. So I'm trying to let it go.
Well, you do a good job and make everybody happy as far as I'm concerned. Yes. She's fabulous. But I agree. Keeping that positivity going at all times, it's so key. Okay, and then let's say this. Let's see what else I can pull out my hat here. I love the term consistency, and y'all have heard me say this a couple of times. At least the other interviews, I got to hear me say that. I love consistency, and what I mean by that is getting up with a positive attitude every day, even though it's hard, or whatever the case may be, or being consistent in doing your finances a certain way, or being consistent in your schedule, or being consistent in just getting out of bed at a certain time. I mean, it's just all very difficult sometimes, and so many people, men and women, can really benefit from just plugging in that word in their head every single day. What does consistency mean to you, Miss Dana?
Exactly what you just said. Exactly what you just said. Staying on a routine. I eat at the same time every day. I go to bed at the same time every night. I get up at the same time every day. So it's exactly what you just said. I have to be consistent. Or if I'm not, I get off track and I'll get thrown off all the way around. I cannot be my best person.
I love that. How about you, Latisa?
Come to school on time.
It's not just our students watching, but yes.
Work too. Consistency for us as instructors is if we show up, then you see us show up, then you'll be like, well, I'm going to show up too. And if you consistently, we're on the same page and we're consistently treating you the same way, of course, the materials is going to be different, so that's not consistent. but how we deliver it is consistent. How we move is consistent. So just doing things repetitively, on time, with a smile is consistency.
That was a very good pageant answer. I like that. And Miss April, consistency.
So that word is something different for me because my daughter actually taught me that because she has some different challenges and she has to have very consistent things that happen every single day. So I mean, I did learn a lot from her, but also more recently, I've been trying to be consistent and not letting fear of the unknown take over me because that is something like I find myself always just, oh, what if it doesn't work out? But I've been consistently saying to myself, it's okay. If it doesn't, we move on.
Yeah,
you know?
that's it.
Those two things is really what comes to my mind when I think about that word.
I love that. Everybody has a different thought when I say that word, so I really love listening to what y'all's answers are.
Yeah.
Y'all are fabulous. So these are a few of our amazing skin bosses here. Thank y'all for watching. Okay, are y'all ready for the game fast questions?
Sure.
Yes, all right. So we're going to pretend like y'all don't know what these questions are, but still, I might catch you off guard. You never really know. All right, we're going to start with Dana. What's your favorite skincare or hair care brand? Go.
Virgo Queen.
Perfect. Virgo Queen. Love it, love it. What about you, Leticia? Go.
Urban Skin RX.
Urban Skin RX. I like it. April.
Sunday Riley.
Sunday Riley, fabulous. And guess what? This is not sponsored. So for all of you on YouTube, it's good. So favorite skincare or hair care ingredients, Dana?
Vitamin D.
I like it. Yes, 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 yes. Very good. What about you?
Yeah.
Oh, you got me with that one. You are on me. Oh, God, hyaluronic acid.
There you go. There you go. Pulls 1,000 times its weight in water.
Yes.
Anything that has ceramides in it.
I like, yes, for hydration, moisture. Yes, love it. I agree. Favorite modality or aesthetics treatment or hair care treatment? Go.
A steaming treatment to my scalp.
Fabulous. And guess what? We're adding microchanneling of the scalp to cosmetology. I'm so excited for hair growth, which is
yay.
fabulous. So that's another one. What about you?
My favorite would be, I love a good microdermabrasion and a good shampoo. Shampoo my hair 3 times, please.
I am all about this. That might be the name of this episode or something. I agree. What about you?
Red light therapy.
Red light therapy for anti-aging. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Excuse me. Must have skincare or hair care products. 3 of them. Go. Like, and you can name actual products you use at home that you love.
Estee Lauder everything.
Estee Lauder everything. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Very good. Just everything. Got it.
Everything.
Perfect. What about you?
Well, I have to have my moisturizer and my SPF every day, twice a day, not with the SPF though. And I have to have my Super Skinny, unfortunately it's by Paul Mitchell, but I have to have Super Skinny and I have to have Redken's, it's the Extreme, it's a protein treatment.
Protein. Listen, and don't look at the gray in my hair and the fact that my hair needs to be cut, all the things, but I like it. Very good. What about you?
Must have sunscreen, vitamin C, and some type of hydrating something. It doesn't matter what it is as long as it gives me hydration.
Hydration. I like it. Love it. Very good. Favorite quote? Really putting you on the spot now. Go.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
I like that one. What about you, Leticia?
I woke up to see another day, so the day gonna be a great day. It's as it is.
Perfect. April.
I'm worth it.
Oh, you are worth it. Cover girl.
All right.
I like that. Yes, y'all are all worth it. Absolutely. Favorite hustlers in the business can be hair, skin related, or whatever you want. Dana, go.
I'm going to say Karen Stacks.
Cameron Stacks.
Karen
Awesome.
Stacks, yes.
Perfect. Cameron Stacks.
You.
And you.
Please.
If you ever sat down and watched you like during the day and everything, Courtney, you got it going on.
Yes, you do.
I want to know the secret at how you do it.
It's because we have an amazing team. That's how it's done. What about you?
I'm gonna go old school makeup, Jaclyn Hill.
I like, yes, that's a good
yes,
one.
yes.
Very good. Did y'all like fast questions?
Yes.
Very good. Y'all gonna come back again?
Yes.
Very good. Thank y'all so much for joining us.
Thank you.